Good morning, dear students. Dear students, in today's class, we are going to learn about a story about a man who cannot stop talking. So, dear students, long ago, a sultan whose name was Shahryar ruled over a large kingdom. His queen was a good storyteller. Each night, she would tell a story to the king. She narrated ancient Persian and Arabic folk stories. This is one of the stories from the Arabian Nights. So in today's class, we are going to learn about one of these stories that in the chapter called the talkative Barber. So I read this story. You listen it carefully. In the city of Kashgar lived a barber who was a great talker. Once the sultan took the barber to shave his head. The barber started talking non-stop instead of shaving him. The sultan got angry. When you are going to stop talking and begin to do your work, the barber replied, you do me an injury by calling me a chatterer. For everyone says I am very quiet. I have 6 brothers whom you might call chatterer. Their names are Backbone, Bagbareya, Bagbak, Alkos, Al-Nashi and Shaka Bug. One is the humpbacked, one is the toothless, one is the half-blind, one is the quite blind, one is the deaf and other has a defect in his speech, and they're all great talkers. But I am the youngest of my family and I am very quiet and sparing with words. So students, in this story, some new words is there. So let us see what it means. So first word is chatterer. Which means someone who talk a lot. And second word is humpbacked. Which means only or a part of partly without hearing. Sorry. With the hump. With the hump. And next word is deaf, which means wholly or partly without hearing. And next word is a defect, which means a fault. And another word is a sparing, which means strong. So students, here some new words and their meanings is there. The first word is a chatterer, which means someone who talk a lot, and the second word is a humpback, which means a back with a hump. And the third word is a deaf, which means wholly or partly without hearing. Next word is a defect, which means fault, and the last one is a sparing, which means fragile. So here students, in this story, a long years ago, a sultan whose name was Shahryar ruled over a large kingdom. His queen was a good storyteller. So here a great king whose name was Shahryar, he was ruled over a large kingdom. His queen tells a story, good stories. Each night she tells stories. She narrated ancient Persian and the Arabic stories. This is in today's class. We are going to learn about the one of these story of the one of this story here, students. So in the she tells, in the city of a Kashgar lived a barber who was great talker. So here barber is one of the person who was a great talker who lived in a city of a Kashgar. Once the Sultan called the barber to shave his head. So Sultan called once to him to shave his head. The barber started talking non-stop instead of shaving him. So here students, barber started talking instead of shaving to Sultan. The Sultan got angry because he was always be talking. When you are going to stop talking and begin to do your work? So here Sultan got angry and shouted on barber that what you are going to stop talking and being to do your work. The barber replied, you do me an injury by calling me a chatter. So here barber replied that you are giving me an injury by calling me a chatterer. For everyone says I am very quiet because I am very quiet. Everyone says I have 6 brothers whom you might call chatterer. I have how many brothers here? We have 6 brothers who we call chatterers. Their names are Bakban, Bakbariya, Bakbak, Alkos, Al-Nashi and Shaka Bak. So they are all his 6 brothers who are mightly called chatterer here, students. And one is humpbacked, one is toothless, one has a defect in his speech, and one is half blind, one is quite blind, and one is deaf. They are all great in talker. They are facing problems. They are handicapped here, but they are all great in talk. But I am the youngest of my family. But he was the youngest in his family, and I am very quiet and sparing with words. He asked himself that he was very quiet and sparing with the words. Sparing it his words. He thought himself he was not talking, but he was talk a lot here, students. So that's all for today's class, students. Thank you.